What's with the mask thing?
I'm Batman.
What?
I'm Batman.
I'm not tracking with you.
I'm Batman.
You can't.
Oh, that's much better. Let's start the show.
It's the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Shelley.
And my good friend and the man with the plan, my Batman to my Robin, Mr. Ricky Pope. Hi, I got something stuck in my ear. Hello, Terrence.
Oh my gosh.
I was looking for Terrence to invite him to the show, and I found him, and he's now a friend of mine on Facebook. So awesome. Yeah. So nice. Thank you.
Hey, not everybody gets a friend request from Mike.
No, because I don't have that many friends.
You only have like less than 100 friends on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. There's no judgment there.
No,
I have like 1,700 friends on Facebook because I let everybody be my friend, and some days I regret it.
I think I'm over 1,000 now. If I think about it.
Are you over 1,000? Really?
Yeah, if you look it up, it's kind of.
Oh, maybe it was mutual friends. Maybe that's what I saw. So you like?
I like to invite drifters and Nigerian princes who want to, I'm
checking it out now.
Hey, Mr. McCall.
Hey,
yes.
What's up?
Man, everybody's good today, man. That's some good stuff. Yeah, I got my because we're doing our Batman, I got my Batman cup and Batman shirt, and I see that you went Marvel on us.
Yeah, I was ready for our Spider-Man show, and then I remembered we said we were talking about Batman.
Yeah, because Spider-Man and Batman, they sound totally the same, except man.
They both have the word man in them.
That's right.
They both have the word man.
Yeah.
They both wear costumes. They both wear a mask. They
yes. They.
That's about it. That's about it.
I mean, he uses webs, and Spider-Man uses like the batarang rope. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not.
By the way, if you saw the beginning of that performed skit we did before the intro, that was the hand that came over was the Something About Something podcast wife's hand, and we're going to put that in IBDM for her.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Cameo. Yes, they're both. Oh, that's right. They're both orphans.
They're both orphans. Good call.
Yeah,
good call.
Uncle Ben, and and Thomas Wayne. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. You know why Spider-Man doesn't like rice?
Go ahead.
Uncle Ben died.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
I'm sorry. No. This is supposed to be a Batman show, not a Spider-Man show.
No, I know. We'll do that for another. We'll do that for another time.
Running late, walking in on Ricky saying they. I don't even remember. Yeah. They. Sorry. So full disclosure, I own no DC t-shirts.
Well, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Not just no Batman t-shirts. I realized when I was getting ready for the show.
Yeah.
See, it's part of show prep. We talk about show prep sometimes that we do almost none, but we do some show prep. I go to my closet and I look for a t-shirt. Yes. That's part of my show prep every week. And I realized I have no DC shirts.
Yeah, so
I have Muppets. I have lots of Muppet shirts.
Yeah, we're doing Muppet special, I guess.
Yeah, lots of Muppet shirts. I think this is maybe my only Marvel shirt. I have lots of Doctor Who shirts.
You're a monster.
I am a monster.
You're a big Doctor. Yeah, but you see, you're a.
I'm a Whovian. I'm a
Whovian.
Doctor Who fan.
We're both big BBC, fans. Yeah.
British
So
TV shows. Yeah.
yeah.
Anglo,
So
is it Anglophile? Is that the term?
I think that's against the law in most states. I mean, you honestly, you can ask the kids. Can't go 20 feet near that.
No, hey, at least
No.
at least you remembered to let them out.
Yes,
and remembered to plug them in this week.
that's right. Well, child services was going to come by, and I wanted to make sure they were out for the show.
Exactly. So
yeah,
just to go ahead and get this out in the open. Apologies for not having a show last week. We both were a little under the weather, and it just wasn't going to work for us to do a show last week. So.
And we were going to post something, and you
Yes.
thought I was going to post something, and I thought you were going to post something, and nothing got posted.
Both of us failed to post anything.
Yes. So
I will check that out. Dalek Who. I will check that out.
So last week we had a May the 4th. Well, the week before.
Yeah,
we had a big May
special.
Yeah, big May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Actually, it was what was it? The 6th?
Revenge of the 6th or something.
Yeah, that's actually when the show was on.
Yeah.
And it was really good. And the one before that is the Baby Yoda show. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out over on our YouTube page.
Yep, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely check out the YouTube page. Subscribe. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers. So that's our current goal. So if you haven't, go out there and do it. Do we have our YouTube channel link on our Facebook page for anybody to click on?
We need to. I don't know. We need to change that.
It's on that. I know. We need to make sure that's on there. I will make sure it's on there before the night is out.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good deal.
So
yeah. I mean, we love the Facebooks, but we like to drum up some YouTube.
Yeah.
Give us a little more variety.
Yeah. And someday, maybe we'll go to YouTube as our main thing.
It'll be a while. So
it'll be a while, but we could probably get away with things on YouTube we can't get away with.
Yeah, we were looking at some YouTube videos that was hilarious. It was someone had a rubber chicken, and they had it rains down in Africa by Toto, and so the guy was squeezing the chicken. I mean, you had to be there.
Brilliant.
It was brilliant. And so I thought, man, I wish I could watch this on the show. Well, that happened. The allegory bots would shut us down. So yes. On YouTube, you can get away with that. So
yeah, but not so much on Facebook. But that's okay.
That's okay. Don't shut us down. We love you.
We're not complaining, Facebook.
We're not. We're not.
It's okay. We like Facebook.
So this is our beat. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah.
We like you, Facebook.
We love Facebook. Yes, we do.
Say what?
Yes, I know.
But this is going to be our Batman show, right?
This is our Batman show. Yeah, we talked about it and we thought, what are we going to do? Because, we've had a lot of Star Wars, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. I can probably
I am too.
I can talk Star Wars, for like a whole year. But
yes,
we wanted to make sure we had a little variation out there. We thought, Ricky says Star Trek, and then he said no, not space. Let's go, So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Complain for us.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
I don't know that it'll help.
Yeah, they're not very well. Anyway,
Facebook doesn't really listen to anybody.
Yeah, a lot of time I get restricted, and I get restricted a lot. They always have this rebuttal. So I go
get into more Facebook jail than I think I have.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't post till this Friday. So anyway, and so I like to share to groups, and they think it's spam. So anyhow,
hey, speaking of our Facebook page, what did we celebrate this week?
Oh, that's right. We hit 10,000.
10,000 followers.
Yes. 10,000.
I'm so excited.
You can't hide it.
That's been.
And then you did a little flippy. We did our little story flippy to go to our YouTubes. So
Yep.
that's kind of nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
If you go to our story right now and you swipe up, it'll actually take you directly to our YouTube channel.
that's right. That's right. And if anybody's watching from YouTube, just give it a shout out in the comments. And yeah, so
Michael McCall says he can take Batman. He's a wuss.
oh man.
We're gonna focus
We're-
on Batman.
Yeah, we're gonna
go into Batgirl and Batboy and.
But you know,
Bat
Terrence, you
child.
never know with us. We start going one direction and then we go the other direction. So
Yeah.
just hang on. And again,
Who knows
we-
where we'll end up?
hey, and out there, you have anything to suggest? And please, comments, interact with us
Yeah.
because people
for
don't
sure.
care what we have to say. So we appreciate the comments.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
So we're going to start off. Do we want to go with the big news? The big news for HBO Max.
I think we should start with the big news and then let's go into some stupid news.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. So, drum roll for this big news here.
That would be the one that I actually deleted to make room. Why did you do that?
No drum roll.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Okay.
our drum roll.
There we go.
And here it is. Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut to be released on HBO Max 2021.
That's a big deal. What's a big deal? Yeah. If you don't know what was going on during that time, Zack Snyder stepped down after, unfortunately, his daughter passed away.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Whedon, who
Yes.
done a lot of Marvel stuff, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Serenity, and so anyway, that was his reason for stepping down. But he had a lot of stuff done. Had a lot of what's that? Are we quiet? Are we?
They said I was. I'll move my mic a little closer to me. And I
have never had anybody ever tell me that you've been quiet.
Yeah, well, I've been playing around with my audio settings a little bit
Yeah.
so that I could get a little better sound,
Yeah.
a little less overdrive sometimes. Sometimes I overdrive my mic a little bit too much.
Yes, you kind of do. Any better? Any better?
Batman.
That's right. You should
Yeah.
have done that bit. Anyway.
I know.
So anyway, yeah. So they talked about how there was he had a lot of film in it, and
Yeah.
they also talked about how they want to talk to some of the casts and see if they would come in on a few things.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I like to see what Zack Snyder,
what his original vision was, or
because a lot,
as close as we can get to it.
because from my understanding, a lot changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
if I gather correctly, a lot of the humor bits were added afterwards. Those were a lot of the reshoot stuff.
yeah.
I could be a little bit wrong on some of that, but
Josh
that was my
Whedon-
understanding.
Josh Whedon has has a little bit of humor tied into a lot of his stuff, so
Yeah,
that kind of falls in place. And plus, if you think about it, he's done some Marvel stuff,
Yeah, he kind of
which is on the
marveled it
lighter
up.
side. So
He marveled it up just a little
Yeah.
bit, which, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I kind of liked the movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
good.
Well, I think on Superman, of course, we're talking about Batman, but on Superman, they made it too dark. They didn't. Well, when I say that because they needed more of a Christopher Reeves type of Clark Kent,
Yeah.
and he could do it. He could have played that part just fine.
Yeah.
I think it was the writing in it. But anyway, back to Batman.
Back to Batman.
Yes.
So anyway, any thoughts on this?
On the Snyder Cut, I'm excited for it. I would definitely want to see it. I want to see. I just hope it really holds together.
Yeah.
The one fear, Vance. Oh, we both pushed it. At the
You
same
do
time.
the comments. I'm not touching it.
Vance, we missed you too.
Thank you, sir. Hey, yes, thank you. Well, and I like his Joker. The Joker popped
I know,
up. on his-
I know.
on there. I like that.
We'll talk about Joker later.
Yes. So anyway,
But I'm hopeful for it. I hope it's an improvement. I hope people aren't disappointed. That will be the one fail.
Yeah.
I actually replied to somebody's post and I said, this will either be amazing
Yeah.
or really bad.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to be anywhere in
It's
between.
going to be like a remastered George Lucas Star Wars where they add stuff to it afterwards. Yeah, the special edition. We call it the special craptition. Yes. Yeah, it was
Yes.
bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Stuff that never needed to be in the movie.
No.
You know,
Okay.
it's
Well, I
kinda
tell you what.
kind of like Solo.
We'll get. Wow. Woo. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do the we'll do some stupid news and then
Let's
we're
do
gonna
some
get
stupid news. Yeah,
and we're gonna get then after that we can get into the big Batman
extravaganza.
So let's go.
Extravaganza.
Did we do? I didn't change my mic to anyway. You know how the mic where it compresses and it does this thing
We'll
about.
change it real quick.
Well, right there. Do a little song and dance for me.
Well, here why don't you play? Why don't you play the bumper?
Okay.
And while you're playing the bumper and I say my lines, you switch your mic settings.
Okay.
We'll try that. Let's do that.
Try that.
It's the Something About Something show. Oh, wait. It's the wrong one. It's the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling. It's a good thing that's a long bumper.
That's a long bumper, yeah. Usually when you get done, I sit there for a few seconds waiting for it to end.
I know. I completely screwed that up.
Well, I tell you what, I can't get enough of the stupid news. Yes, I'm going to change it to that, the stupid news.
Stupid.
And I know.
So what do we got tonight?
Well, I know we try to get away from it, but you can't. You can't get away. Yes, I'm back to. Yeah, this is stupid news, and it goes to Carol Baskins from the Fame Tiger King Netflix.
Tiger King news. We can't get away from Tiger King.
Can't do it. No, you can't.
Part of it has to do with the popularity of the show. Part of it has to do that we live about 2.5 hours north of where all this happened.
Yes, let's not advertise that region, please. Apparently, with all the fame that she's getting from the Netflix documentary, Carol Baskins, she's doing her part for the outbreak, for the epidemic.
Yeah.
That's right. She is raising funds for the cat's rescue missions, and all funding will go through this right here. Yes, she calls it the Cool Cats and Kittens face masks. That's right. Yeah, you can have yours very own when you go to her website, which I will not repeat.
We're not promoting this.
And that's right. And hey, and even her first husband agrees. That kept him silent.
Oh.
So anyway, oh man. Okay.
That was bad. Okay, you got something else on Carol Baskins, right?
Yes, sir. They actually, we talked about a couple of weeks ago when they were talking about Nicolas Cage playing Joe Exotic. Well, apparently, Tara Reid, who's 44, she's actually on top of the Hollywood shortlist to play Carol Baskin.
This is not confirmed. This is a rumor,
This is not
right?
confirmed. She is actually trying to get the part. One of the writers, name is Ashfield. She was saying that this is Tara Reid, not to be confused with recent Joe Biden sexual assault accusers, Tara Reid. They wanted to make that. I know politics, but that's what's the deal. So anyway, yes, I don't know about you, but yes, exactly.
I
don't see
absolutely agree.
I mean, there's
I don't see it either.
That would have to be one hell of a glamour shots to do that. I mean, that would be.
I'm thinking Kathy Bates is a good option.
That's exactly what I thought.
Plus, she's been a murderer in movies before.
That's right. That's
perfect
right.
fit. Kathy Bates, we're going for you. We should start a Twitter hashtag.
Hello, cats and kittens hashtag. Oh my!
That would be great.
Oh man,
that would be great.
And going right to our next Tiger King extravaganzas. This is all happening. This is election year, right? This is election
Wait,
year, right?
what? The next thing is Tiger King 2?
Yeah, Tiger King is back. Yes, sirree. The fans of Tiger King's this election years has decided they were going to come behind their leader and their king of the lions. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to keep saying it. Yes, wait, Bates for Baskins. Yes. Hashtag. That's going to be our new hashtag. Did you see that down there?
Yes, Bates for Baskins. I think that's perfect.
Well, apparently right now there's a big support for Joe Exotic right now. He has a team, a fan base that actually has rented a large tour bus. And if you see on the tour bus right now, that's up on the screen, this is traveling throughout on the way to, they're actually traveling to Washington, D.C. They were hoping that Trump would pardon them. Yes, basically the allies, Joe Exotic allies, are launching a long shot bid to win a pardon for the star of the hit Netflix series Tiger King. And they're trying to take their case straight to the White House to an appeal with Donald Trump.
My goodness.
They said that Tiger King supporters are traveling to Washington, D.C. in a bus with a message for the president on the side of the vehicle. As you can see there, they are...
Please pardon Joe Exotic.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Last month, a reporter asked Trump if he would pardon Exotic, and his statement was, "I know nothing about it," Trump said, and then asked reporters if they would recommend a pardon for the disgraced ex-zookeeper, and Trump said, "I'll take a look at it. I'm not going to say any political things. I'm going to the next one." And but so now Exotic supporters are hoping to press the issue with their tour bus. Apparently, there is a lot of people who want to see their beloved Joe Exotic out of the county jail. I don't know. He's doing and yeah, that's ridiculous. And he's serving a 22-year sentence for trying to hire a hitman to kill the Big Cat Rescue founder Carol Baskin. Yes, actually, it's funny. Yeah, so crazy. So now we're going to get away from.
Wait, can we do one thing that's political?
Go right ahead, my friend.
This is absolutely political, and it is so outside of our norm.
Yes.
Like, we don't do this stuff. But I found this out this week, and I thought it was bizarre, and I'm talking because I'm currently trying to find the image to put up on the screen.
Banana.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is political because it's political. We're not political. I don't care. I don't care who you vote for.
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. I'm not interested. You vote for who you want to vote for. I'll vote for who I want to vote for. Don't talk to me about it. Okay. That being said, this is hysterical. If you go to DonaldJTrump.com, this is for real Donald Trump's website, okay? DonaldJTrump.com. It's a normal website. You know what happens when you go to a page of a website and it's not actually there?
Yeah, exactly.
You know the term for that, right?
Yes.
It's a 404.
Yes, okay? Exactly.
Well, some pages have, it just says 404 error, page not found. Yeah. And then some people have kind of a fun thing they created.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to DonaldJTrump.com and then you go to a page on his website that doesn't exist, this is what shows up.
You are fake news. You are fake news. You are fake news. You are fake news.
I don't care what on there.
I don't care. Anyway. I don't care who you like or dislike. That's funny. I don't know who sets up his website, but that's brilliant. And I'll just tell you right now, if Joe Biden's website doesn't have a 404 page that has Donald Trump looking stupid on it, they are missing out.
That's the truth. Yes, they are.
Sorry, that's we're not political, but that was about as political as we're gonna ever get. Just thought I was hysterical.
It was, and back to the stupid news, which that was pretty stupid too, which is funny, stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, so getting away from Joe Exotic, we're going to go to a Florida driver. That's right, we're going to go to a Florida driver. Yes,
Was it a Florida man or a Florida woman?
You know what? They're not. It's a man. We'll just say man
Florida
because
man.
it's better that way. S3, apparently, according to the Citrus County.
Hey, Retha Stringer. Good to see you. Haven't seen her in a long time.
Apparently, a man backed out of a drive-through curb on the county road 486. He continued to reverse until he hopped the curb back into the parking lot, and then he reversed to a stationary vehicle in a parking lot. And at this time, they don't know what happened. But let me show you here.
Wait. Now,
Huh?
he was backing up on a road,
Yes.
and he hopped the curb,
Hopped the curb.
and he ran into a car. Why is that stupid news?
Why don't we take a photo and see what he did?
How did he do that? How fast was he backing up? What in the world? How is that possible?
Apparently, yes. The yeah, I don't know how you. I'm not for sure how you do that. I mean, yes, yes, and yes, Vance, he must be a wizard.
Yes, I think
Yes,
so.
because I don't know. I have no idea what the deal is on
He
that.
hopped the curb.
Yeah.
Was he going like 100 miles an hour backwards and went airborne? What in the world?
All it said that he hopped the drive-through. He was in the drive-through. Apparently, he hopped the curb over to the parking lot that was right next to the drive-through. I don't know if he was trying to get out because he didn't want to be in line to get his food. But apparently, how do you do that? I don't know. I mean, not even the Dukes of Hazzards can do that.
Dude, the car behind him, the one under his back wheels,
Yes.
that's the front end of a minivan. I know that car because I own one. That is a Dodge minivan.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Yeah,
I am flabbergasted. I have no words.
Well, if you have no words, you're going to love this one. This is the last piece of news, and we end it with a doozy.
Always. This must be the poop joke then.
Oh, well, it's better than poop, my friend. Apparently, and sometimes, my friend, sometimes, I have to pay for things and I don't have the money, and sometimes a friend of mine will say, yeah, go ahead and give me a bite to eat. I'll go ahead, buy him a hamburger or buy him something like that. And of course, not all transactions work this way. But here, let's talk about what's going on here with police arrested a man by the name Dominic Caldron on Tuesday for eliciting after an alleged attempt to pay an undercover police officer posing as a prostitute with a hamburger.
He tried to pay
Yes, exactly. Get it out of your mouth.
Paid a prostitute.
Paid the prostitute
with a hamburger.
With the pepper and the pepper. Yes, he
with
did.
a hamburger.
With a hamburger. Yes, that's exactly.
Was her name Wimpy? I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Well,
and if you're not old enough to get that joke, just I don't know.
You'll hear a lot more of it. Hang on.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we're going to talk about old stuff today.
That's right. 36-year-old. He was a registered sex offender from.
Surprise! Surprise! Imagine that.
Yes, he apparently he was riding his bicycle on Central Avenue in Albuquerque. I can't even talk now because when he was spotted, the female officer, he approached her and asked how much would it cost for her services. The pair agreed on the price, but Caldron told the officer that he could not pay because he wasn't going to get paid till Friday. That kind of stuff happens sometimes. And, so she was very accommodating. So the officer noticed that Caldron was carrying a bag from Chili's. And I love Chili's. You ever had Chili's hamburgers? They're awesome.
They are pretty decent. Yes, they are a decent burger.
So anyway, She asked him what was inside, and he told her that it was a hamburger. And at that point, the officer proposed that her fee could be the burger instead of cash. That was kind of her. And so Colin agreed and was approximately arrested. He was promptly arrested for patronizing a prostitute, which carries him a penalty of 6 months. Yeah. So, so anyway,
gosh.
So, but this is not the first time this has happened before. Making trades for services for the ladies of the night. No, sirree. This has happened on a lot of different occasions. Apparently, in 2018, police charged 57-year-old Frank Camponi with offering a hamburger to an undercover St. Petersburg officer. Allegedly, he told the officer that he would give her food in change for her services. Also, a 22-year-old David Magnus of Casper, Wyoming, answered an online.
This happens entirely too many times.
Oh, it's getting better, my friend.
Why is this a thing?
Answered an online escort ad set up as a sting by police and made a deal to compensate the prostitute with a McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese, medium-sized order of French fries, and when he arrived to the escort, the McDonald's bag in hand, he was placed under arrest. But this is my favorite one right here.
There's more.
And this is the last one, but it's the goodie. It's my favorite. Right here from the New York Daily News, reported on the arrest of Steve Torres, a Melbourne, Florida man. Get that? Florida man. He was
Imagine that.
He was picked up after offering another undercover officer, get this, offered $3 and a chicken dinner for the exchange of sex. It's unknown where the chicken was purchased from or if Torres prepared him himself, but it sounds like to me that was finger licking good.
Oh, that's nasty.
That took entirely too long.
It did.
My gosh.
Oh yeah. So anyway, that is it right there.
This has been the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
That took too long, but hey. That's
Oh
okay.
my goodness. Well, I think it's time for some Batman.
Oh yes, I love some
Winner
Batman.
chicken dinner, definitely.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that was cool.
What's that?
The bat.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that was
That's
awesome.
right.
You
I can't play the rest of it, but hey.
you actually did some
Yeah, I couldn't do
Okay.
all the na. So anyway, yes, let's get in. Let's get into.
Hey, so we're gonna talk about Batman.
Yes, I can, because I'm Batman.
That's right. So let's go to our first Batman topic, my friend.
Let's go with Batman through the years. I think that's
Okay.
the one we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? We have some photos of various Batmans throughout the years, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So let's start with how do we want to do this? Do we just pop it on the screen and talk about it?
Yeah, I got this from this was from Cineblend, and they had they do their order, which I don't agree with the order, but let's go ahead and
this one's in chronological order. This one we can agree with the order, kind of. Some of the photos are a little jacked up, I think.
Okay,
But,
well
but the order's the order. So we got.
Oh, okay. That is totally different than I was thinking of.
Oh,
So yes,
you were
let's-
thinking of the.
I was thinking of the
no.
other one. Yeah, we are like a.
We are not on
We're
the
not
same
in sync.
page
No, go ahead.
today.
No, we're still here. Go ahead and let's do this thing. Let's do this.
So-
Go ahead.
So May 1939, Batman's first appearance, and
right.
Batman looked like this, which is kind of interesting. And rumor has it that the new Pattinson Batman, the headwear for the Pattinson Batman is
Yeah.
supposedly supposed to be modeled after this idea.
And also, too, I heard they have very light sprinkles on it. A little bit of sparkles. A little bit of glitter. So I thought that would be really nice. Yes.
Now, what do you think of this old Batman?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, for the times, because this was like 1939. And so that's when he was finally being introduced to Detective Comics, because they had different characters in Detective Comics. So
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. But the one I like is and I don't know if it's on here or not, but later on they show the Batman and Robin serials, which was old back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s.
Oh,
they had
yeah.
what they call serial films, and basically they were kind of
I don't think we have that on this list.
Oh, too bad.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think we have that on this list.
We don't have that. But yeah, so yeah, you're right.
Now, Batman's had a lot of different looks through the years, though.
Oh, yes, he has.
And that serial, he was, as I recall, was very fabric-y.
Yes.
It was very kind of, it wasn't form-fitting at all. Was it?
No, it wasn't. It's not like, it wasn't Adam West Batman at all.
Right. Yeah,
No.
not at all. Now this is one thing I said, if we're going to talk about Batman through the years, we had to show this photo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you didn't have it in the list. So I just downloaded it really quick.
You did.
Yes, because Batman has had, did you know Batman has not always been black and gray and black and blue and black and whatever, sometimes he was colorful.
Yes.
This
Yes,
was
they
a
had
thing.
Yes. Yeah,
The Rainbow Batman.
The Rainbow Batman. Yes.
But Batman, last night you wore the green costume, and tonight you're wearing the red. Now that looks really pink to me. It's not red, but whatever.
That's not red to me either.
I must wear a different colored Batman costume each night. That is the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen as far as Batman goes.
Yeah, something tells me that. Yeah, that's. I think Liberace had something to do with his costumes, but yeah. Let's
Liberace.
see. Yes. Yeah, I guess I didn't put that picture on there. I may have missed a few of them. I had one that I thought I put up. It was the one where he was like in a rainbow color. I mean, he was like in stripes.
Oh, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, so
I don't think we have that one either.
Man, I failed on that one. But
That's all right. That's all right. But anyway, so he has had lots of different looks, and then obviously there's kind of the classic. If you grew up in the 60s or 70s, you absolutely know this Batman.
That's right.
Adam West. Yeah. Adam West, classic campy Batman. It was fun and weird and absolutely mod 60s.
Yeah, it was.
Holy Jack in the Box.
What? Anyway, go ahead.
Holy ravioli.
Okay.
But this is the Batman I grew up with.
Yeah, the reruns for me, but
well, yes, the reruns. It was
Yes.
reruns because this was the 60s.
yeah.
So if you're old enough to have watched this the first time around, you're older than us. But I liked this Batman. It was a fun Batman. It was kind of how I got introduced to Batman.
For me, this was the Batman. I remember the Batman movies, and of course, I remember Saturday cartoons where they had the Super Friends. That Batman, and but it wasn't until later I didn't realize that Batman was really meant to be a darker character, and
right,
and that's when the first time I saw that was Michael Keaton's,
right,
Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can blow through some of these really quick and get there.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So this said in the 60s, he added the yellow outline around the bat, which that Adam West had that.
Yeah, he had that already.
But that carried on through the 70s. So this is kind of the other Batman I grew up with. It was Batman during the week. I don't know how this was for you where you were. For me, during the week, it was Adam West Batman after school.
That's right. Yes.
And then Saturday morning was Super Friends Batman.
You remember Saturday mornings used to be so cool. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to get up out of bed during the whole week, but Saturday I knew the cartoons were coming. I got up like at 6 o'clock because I knew from right then. And it went on till maybe, if you're lucky, you can find something till maybe about noon to 1 o'clock. Usually it was shut down around about noon. Now, it's 24/7, so there's not that.
Yeah, there's not that excitement for a particular time of day anymore. So what other Batmans do we have? We've got the 80s and 90s Batman. This is the Batman I saw in the comic book shops.
Yeah, same here.
Back in the day. He was muscular and he was exciting. I was going to say one thing about the really old Batman. There's a lot of people think about, Batman, he doesn't kill people. He doesn't carry a gun. Back in the 30s, Batman totally carried a gun.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he absolutely carried a gun.
Yeah.
It's totally different. It just about a different character.
Yeah.
So what else we got? We've got
then
so we got the
on,
Dark Knight, the Frank Miller stuff.
Yeah.
Great comic series.
Which there was a lot was taken out of that, especially with the Superman versus, Batman.
The Ben Affleck Batman kind of had this feel. He was really thick and bulky and that flat nose thing going on. Then we got the year one Batman.
Terrence, I think, yes, DC stands for Detective Comics.
Whether
Good
it
question.
still stands for it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's okay.
It might legally?
Yeah, illegally, I don't know.
I don't know.
Legally.
Superman would kill too. Yeah. But then, we finally get around to what you just talked about earlier. Yeah. Michael Keaton. The 89 Michael Keaton brought real superhero movies to the screen in a way that hadn't been done well yet.
Well, Tim Burton, he knew how to take the original sense of the Dark Knight, and unlike the Christian Bale version of Batman, which was more of almost like a modern everyday kind of deal, this was taking the comics and bring it to live action, and he did it so well. I mean, it wasn't campy.
Absolutely,
you knew that you were in this universe.
Yep.
So
he definitely
really good.
He definitely created a universe. It felt right. He didn't. You knew it wasn't. So this is something I always thought was interesting about the way they did. Like when we think about Marvel movies right now, they very much try to make it feel like you're in our current world and there happens to be superheroes.
Yeah.
The Michael Keaton Batman, it was like, this is not quite our world.
I thought it was interesting how it really wasn't a period piece, but it still brought in some of that early 40s and 50s type of Batman vibe.
Almost a film noir, but not quite.
Yeah.
Comic-y, but not campy.
Yes.
It was a great mix.
And I think it really, it really expressed the genre of Batman at that time. So, he was my Batman. So he was, but he was only my Batman for 2 episodes because when Michael Keaton left and Tim Burton left,
things didn't quite go well.
And I think
let's see. This is Michael Keaton again.
Yes. Now this was now I gotta get on this.
Yeah, this we haven't quite got to the next ones you're talking about.
Yes.
So animated series. Now, I'll be honest. I mean, obviously, I don't own a DC shirt. I don't own a Batman shirt. I'm not a huge DC fan. I've said it on the show before. I don't dislike them. It's just not where I'm at. I'm a Marvel guy. I watched some of the Batman animated series, thought it was great, but I never really dove into it. It wasn't something I watched every day. What was your thoughts on this show?
I think everything that was created, the animated series, was the defined Batman. I think the animated series, it came out right after the Michael Keaton Batman, the first one. And that's why, if you've noticed in the Batman animated series, the beginning score is the same that you hear in the movie. With
And he
Michael
had the
Keaton.
elongated,
Yeah.
the elongated jet engine looking
Yeah.
Batmobile. It had a lot of that Michael Keaton, a lot of the feel of those first, that '89 Batman movie.
Well, my deal is this, and this is how much of I geek am. Kevin Conroy is Batman. Kevin Conroy is Bruce Wayne, and Mark Hamill. Yes,
Is
thank you,
the
Vance.
Joker.
Yes, Mark Hamill is the Joker, and Vance said that just as I was getting ready to say that. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So, the animated series, it nailed persona of Batman, and what the universe was, and it wasn't for kids. I mean, it dealt with some dark issues, struggling with Batman's, struggle between revenge, taking a life, or trying to walk that line. So actually, some of the best stories are in that series. Bruce Timm, who was I think he did a lot of the voice acting of it, and he was part of some of the writing. Was really, really good. So yeah, for me, I think Batman the Animated Series is the definitive Batman universe right there, I think. And so far, I hadn't seen anything that comes close to it, except maybe Michael Keaton. But it really, and I think some of these other Batmans are what I consider Elseworlds, kind of a
almost,
different DC universe. So anyway,
Yeah, and then
I could talk about that all night. But go ahead, yeah.
Now you've got this Batman, and this is barely Batman.
Yeah.
Do you know much about this story? I remember this. Like this was the height of my college days when I had money to burn, and I was, living away from home, and I could buy comics when I wanted. And the Azrael series was interesting.
Yes.
When Azrael took over Batman, and he was just a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was basically an assassin. I mean, that's who he was. If you ever played in the Batman video games, one of them where you meet up with him, and there's kind of a yes, exactly. And so the storytelling is awesome.
Hated Azrael. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a great story. Azrael was definitely not a Batman. Like, even to include him in this list, I think is a little disingenuous.
I know. And this list came from somebody.
Cineblend or somebody.
Cineblend, somebody like that. But now this is the one that kind of looks a little bit like a little bit cross between Keaton and what would you say? Yeah, the Return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great looking Batman.
Yeah, I like this one.
And
Nipple Batman.
Yes. Val Kilmer.
Yes. Nipple Batman. Yes. Yes. That's
Such a bad choice.
Yes, that was the end. That's when you go back and watch the animated series.
This is the end, my friend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's one of those. Really? That turned into that? Really?
Yeah.
The end of this, the last year of this, is the same year that somebody thought this was a good idea.
I want to talk a little bit more about the actors behind the nipple suits here in a bit.
Yeah, and of course, then there's
this is the king of the nipple suits right here, and
this was totally back to camp, and oh
my
the
goodness,
Bat charge card, and
a little backstory to this. George Clooney, he talked about how he was really concerned about doing this part because, he didn't want to blow it, because of the legacy. Yes. And what's funny is
He
that
didn't want to blow it.
because, yeah. So,
I don't know that I'm not saying that was his fault.
I'm not saying it either, but Tim Burton was not behind that.
Honestly, if I had read that script and if you were asking me to play Batman,
Yes.
and I had seen Keaton's Batman,
Yes.
and you handed me that script
Yes.
that Clooney was in, I'd have been like, no.
No, I'd stay on ER.
Yeah, not doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't
No.
do it. But see, what's funny on that, Patterson, they were asking him about Batman, and he was the one who made a reference to George Clooney, and he says, "I don't want that to happen to me," Patterson, and Bill Patterson.
Patterson is, I don't know,
Robert Patterson.
Robert Patterson.
Yes, right.
Patterson.
Patterson, New Jersey. Patterson.
My daughter will correct me every time I say it wrong.
Yeah, because of
Jason
Twilight.
says they did. Jason said they did Batman Robin for the toys only.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
totally could see that.
At that time, it was all exactly. It was all marketing. Now it's a little. It's funny now. Some of the movies, it's subtle because they've kind of taken a kind of a psychology in product marketing. But back in the '80s, man, it was in your face.
Yeah.
Remember Demolition Man? Taco Bell on every street.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
I mean, now, to be honest, that's still a thing. I mean, you watch.
Is it? But is it not that? I mean, is it?
If you watch Blade Runner 2049, there's Coca-Cola and Sony everywhere.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess that's right.
That never stopped. Then there was a new Batman Adventures. What did you think about this animated series? Did you watch it much?
I did. I thought it was pretty good. They still had some. Kevin Conroy was still the Batman. Mark Hamill still played the Joker. They had Lauren Lester. He still played Robin.
So it was kind of relaunching the.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
animated
I think the
series.
original one was better. I mean, it was a little. I don't want to say a little more edgier, but it I don't know. It had something to it and
Something
a little better.
different.
But honestly, I would recommend watching both the series. But yeah,
And then there's the Batman Beyond, which is kind of the next step,
I
passing
did not,
the mantle.
Yeah, and I didn't get into that.
I didn't get into it. I really think the suit looked great, though.
Yeah, I just wasn't
as
into
a next generation. I thought that was great.
Yes. The comment below about Vance. I think they did a
3 seashells. Don't get me started.
yeah, but
That was the Demolition Man comment.
oh, that's funny. But Vance down below, he made a comment saying they did a great Gordon, and yeah, they did. I mean,
Yeah.
The Gordon was awesome in that series. They really made him out to be who he should be. You know? So I really like that.
So what do we have? What do we have left here? Some other Batman. It
goes on.
It goes on, and they just have. Oh wait, no, we weren't going to go there.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah. So I think we probably need to step into this.
Let's step in, because I think this is really where we wanted to dive into. This is where it gets to the nitty gritty.
Terrence said Batman Beyond was pretty good.
Was it? I don't know why I didn't get into it. I guess I had a problem with an old Batman, senior citizen Batman. But I think that was the whole thing, though. I think I've
been saying I'll pitch my Batman that should have been. That's
okay,
not
now
be,
we're gonna say the same thing. Gordon,
huh?
Are we talking about from? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying my Batman thing that I've been pitching for pretty much ever since we started this show was that since the latest Batman retired.
Yeah.
Since he left and he's leaving the cowl behind. Now they've already decided they're going with Patterson.
Yeah.
But what they should have done was pick somebody like Patterson to come in as Nightwing, and then have Affleck pass the torch to a new Batman.
Yeah, they should have done that. I mean, they should have at least. I mean, bring Affleck back in just long enough.
Yes, just long enough to pass the torch, and let him go.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that would have been the best way to do it, because, and we'll talk about that a little later, because what has happened now, the universe is disjointed.
Yes,
and what was
Yeah.
and because you're still having these other movies that are supposed to be standalones, like Wonder Woman, Aquaman,
right.
Flash. You're supposed to have all of these.
Supposed to have
But-
a universe, a cohesive universe, but now
that's-
Pattinson's going to be.
Yeah, and
The rumor has it that's going to be early Batman.
well, and two, and the casting has changed. I mean, you think about it; it's not going to be the same James Gordon.
Right.
It's going to be, I can't remember the guy's name.
Well,
Great
it,
act.
it can't
Go
be
ahead.
the same James Gordon if they want this Batman to be an early Batman.
Yeah, but even the early Batman, because they're having the guy who played in Westworld playing
Yeah.
as Jim Gordon, and he's an older character, probably the same age as who's the guy who they had in the.
Think they're the same age?
I think
Maybe
so.
maybe they are.
It's almost like they're. It looks like they're doing a reboot. To me, it doesn't even look like they're doing it, even trying to stay within the context of the universe. But that's
Yeah,
just my
I'd
opinion.
agree.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a reboot. So, all right. So our next subject is specifically focusing on live action Batman, and this is a where is this from? This is a
actually-
countdown
this is actually a countdown from Screen Rant.
from Screen Rant. Okay,
Yeah,
and we disagree.
yeah,
We disagree. I think we both disagree with this list somewhat,
yeah,
and then we disagree on why we disagree on this list.
yes,
So let's go with the list. So this is the top 6 live action Batman, and we're not counting Pattinson because he hasn't been out yet.
yeah. And
So,
Affleck is done on
Pattinson
this,
is
yeah.
No, Affleck's
Is
on
he
this
there?
one.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he's
right,
on there.
that's right, that's right.
Pattinson's not in this list
right, yeah,
because we haven't actually seen him on screen. We
yeah,
don't know.
he had the football helmet Batman on. Okay, mask.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So let's see what we got. So number 6, Val Kilmer.
Now, Val Kilmer was interesting. A lot of people say he would have been a good Bruce Wayne, but the writing wasn't up to par. Of course, Tim Burton wasn't involved again.
Right,
That's the big
right.
deal.
Yeah, I question some of this as how much of this is the actor, how much of this is the writing.
Yeah,
But I thought Val Kilmer did okay with what he had to work with.
I did too. I mean, he's probably one of the less known Batmans. But
Yes. Honestly, I think when most people think of Batman movies, they'll think of Keaton
yeah.
and they'll think of number 5, George Clooney.
And that's totally because of the nipples. That's it.
Yeah.
George, it's totally George Clooney. People know it because it's been kind of the joke. It's the
Yes.
joke.
Now-
And
now- My opinion of this is I think Val Kilmer and George Clooney are backwards in this list.
yeah, I think so too.
I think George Clooney is the worst one.
Yes.
I think Val Kilmer was a better Batman. Take the storyline out. I think Val Kilmer played a better Batman than George Clooney did. What do you think?
I think so. Hold on a minute. My wife, she's going girl power here.
Wonder Woman, woo. I don't disagree with you.
I don't either. And that's going to be in our next episode. And this is a good point. We're going to talk about this in the next episode, which is we're going to have a contrast between Marvel and DC, see where they're going, what's going well, what's not going well. Yes. So we'll try not to make it. It could be a big fight. So
Terrence said Kilmer was okay, but the story sucked.
Yeah, the story was awful.
That's my deal.
Yeah.
I think he got bad stories.
Yeah, I agree.
But I just don't think George Clooney was a good Batman.
No.
Or story or not, I don't think
No,
George Clooney would have been a good Batman.
To me, George Clooney, it's kind of like Tom Hanks. It doesn't matter what part he plays, he's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
He
with-
was kind of just George Clooney-ish.
yeah, he's a George Clooney,
Yeah.
and so, and we'll go ahead and, well, no, I'm going to bring this up right now. Is
Aretha agrees with us.
yeah, have you noticed? And now, you look out
Vance
through.
thinks George was a better Bruce. That Clooney was a better Bruce Wayne.
I've heard people say that, and I can see some of it because he can kind of play the playboy.
Yeah,
He can play the
kinda
playboy.
see that.
I think the problem with Clooney too, I mean, it was too campy. I mean, it went backwards to Adam West kind of campy.
It did.
And it wasn't. They try to go Tim Burton, but it wasn't. It didn't have that feel. It was a combination of the Adam West trying to be like Tim Burton, but it had more of a modern feel. It's a weird. The cinematography was so weird.
Yeah.
And so in that. So, and plus, you had, I forget that Chris, what was Chris? He played
Evans.
Chris. No.
Chris Evans? No.
The guy who played Robin. I
Yes.
couldn't remember his name. And then the one who played Batgirl. And at the time they were pretty popular. I can't remember their names, but that was just, and of course you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mr. Freeze. Oh my.
There's so much bad in that movie.
It was so much bad. There was nothing good in it. So anyway.
Okay,
But-
so
yeah, go ahead.
here's the next one. So number, let's see, 5, 6, 5, 4. This is number 4. Number
Okay.
4, and I disagree with this one. Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I disagree, but
Where do you think he should sit?
I think he should sit slightly higher than this.
But
I won't go into that until we go to the next couple.
Okay.
But what did you think? I thought Ben Affleck made a good Batman.
I think at first a lot of people were downplaying it, and I was almost going that route too. But I remember when I first found out Michael Keaton was going to be Batman, I was saying, "You got to be kidding! The guy who played Mr. Mom is going to be Batman. The guy who was, Beetlejuice, he's going to be." And so I thought
he was the guy in Wuthering Heights.
yeah.
I mean,
but that
or
came
was
after or
it Pacific
before?
Heights?
Yeah, but that was after, wasn't it?
I thought it was before. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. But then, so I gave Ben Affleck a chance, and honestly, I liked him. I thought he nailed the part as this is a thing, and this is I was wanting to talk about before. I think Batman is one of the hardest parts to find a right fit for an actor. And it's not because of Batman, it's because of Bruce Wayne.
You need an actor that can do two distinctly different characters.
Yes.
And not feel weird about doing it.
And it blends. You see it in there. So
it's gotta be. You definitely have to have a distinct. This is him as Bruce Wayne. This is him as Batman. They are the same person, but different. Didn't get enough time to develop. Hey, I agree. I have a big problem with the fact he never got a solo movie.
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman was more a Batman movie than it was a Superman movie, but it really wasn't a Batman movie.
I'm a DC fan, and of course we're going to talk about more of this next week. But the problem is DC does not know how to capitalize on a universe, stories interweaving like Marvel can.
Yeah.
And I felt like when they put Superman out, they started throwing things together afterwards. I really do think they were throwing stuff against the wall, see if it would stick or not.
I think they did it too fast.
They did.
They should have had a real standalone Batman movie, a real standalone Superman movie.
They saw Marvel, going 100 miles per hour, and they were trying to rush to catch up with them. And I think they hurt themselves.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think so too.
Because I think Ben Affleck, I would have liked to seen a solo movie with him.
Yeah.
He had a cameo appearance on the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, barely
which that was
on
lame.
Screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's look at number 3. And this is where we really disagree.
Yeah.
Adam West.
Adam West.
Adam West was great. I love Adam West. Here's where I'll throw out my thing. I think Ben Affleck's a better Batman than Adam West. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get beat up. I know. I'm gonna get beat up in the comments.
Yeah, I think DC is. Yeah, I believe I agree with you, Vance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
So, what do you think about my comments? That Ben Affleck's a better Batman than Adam West.
Well, it's two different categories. I mean, you can't. I would put like. I mean, I understand why they did it because Adam West is
He's classic,
it's classic and stuff. But I wouldn't put him. I wouldn't put him over Ben Affleck. I mean, the whole thing was supposed to be campy. The whole idea was
he
campy.
did great with what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
But there was great.
And so it was not supposed to be depth. So yeah, I agree with you.
You don't agree with me.
No, I don't.
You're an
actually.
Adam West fan.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Sorry, you're wrong. Aretha thinks I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, it's hard to put him in that category because it's so different. It's hard to put Adam West in the same category with all these other guys because it's different. It's not the same. It's a whole different genre.
It is. It's you almost have to not put him in this list.
Yeah.
It's almost like Adam West shouldn't have been on the list.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Hello, Michael McCon. Michael, 100% grade A West. Yeah.
Yeah. I
right.
don't disagree that he was great.
Yeah.
I just think
he's the mayor from The Friendly Guy. Are we fighting against over the comments?
Yeah, we're fighting against.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
You do it.
Go
you
ahead.
do it.
Okay. All right.
You do it. So if you aren't figuring this out, Mike and I can both click on the comments, and when we click on them at the same time, it goes up and comes right back down, or it goes down and comes right back up. But Family Guy, yes, he's the mayor from Family Guy.
Yeah, no, you do the comments. I'm tired of fighting you with it. You do the comments. We clicked it at the same time. It's like we're doing stop motion or something.
I know. So
okay.
So Steven, I do another live show on Fridays, a whole different genre, whole different page, and Steven and I do the same thing. We fight over the comments.
No, it's okay. That's okay. I was going to mention the Family Guy. I love Adam West playing the mayor.
Terrence agrees with me. Terrence agrees with me. He should be on the list, but Affleck was better.
Yeah,
They definitely were different. I think my big deal is I think Batman should be dark. I think Batman should be.
Yeah.
I don't think Batman should be campy.
No, it shouldn't.
And I think that's what killed Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
That's what. I don't think I'm not a big fan of Clooney in general, but I just don't think Batman should have been campy.
When Tim Burton left the '80s series, that's when it died.
Yeah.
Now, even though Michael Keaton left, and I think he was my Batman at the time.
Yeah.
If Tim Burton stayed on, maybe the handing down the mantle of Batman could have been successful.
See, I think Val Kilmer could have been a good Batman with a Tim Burton script.
Yeah, he could have. He really had a raw deal.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know. George Clooney was George Clooney, and they try to do too much in that. But it goes back to, and I agree with you, because up to a point until later on, till 66, when they did Adam West, it was campy. They kept it that way with the cartoon Super Friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until Tim Burton came out with Michael Keaton Batman, and then the best
Batman
ever.
became dark again.
Yes, and then the animated series came out, and that was the true color of what Batman was supposed to be.
Right. I agree. So number 2, Michael Keaton. I don't know if we agree with this one or not. Definitely, I think Michael Keaton is up in the list.
Yeah,
I think he's in. If he's not in the right spot, he's really close.
Yeah.
Do you think he deserves to be number 1?
In my heart, he's number 1, but I don't want to take away from Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, obviously number 1.
He brought it into a more modern universe.
Yeah.
Where Michael Keaton was definitely more of the Tim Burton, which he did a great job bringing the comic, and it was like I mean, how we talked about earlier, campy. It wasn't campy. It still had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's hard to. It was the right ingredient. It was the right ingredients.
The Keaton movies were comic book, not camp.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. It was, this isn't a real world,
Yeah.
but it's not a goofy world.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy's number one. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about Kevin Conroy is Batman earlier, so
Bale definitely brought a lot of people back to liking the live action.
yeah, and we were talking about passing the mantle.
Yes.
And this is my biggest beef. I know it was a trilogy. Okay, you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Levitt. The guy who we didn't know until the very end when he went until he went up to
my nickname's Robin.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
But then he went into, and it's funny, he went into the cave,
Yeah.
and there you go, and it ended.
They
like
missed
that.
an opportunity.
But he would have played a great Nightwing.
I think he could have been a great Nightwing. Do you think he could have carried Batman?
He seems more like a Nightwing to me than a Batman.
Yeah, I think that would have been great.
Yeah.
I think that was a missed opportunity for Warner Brothers, but they wanted to create this universe thing, and
they just wanted to do 3, and
3 and
Noel
done.
Noel was the guy behind it.
Noel was done. Yeah, he
was
wasn't
done.
going to do another one.
No.
Which was unfortunate. Honestly, that would have been a boon for Warner Brothers
Yeah.
if they could have gotten Christopher Nolan to sign on as the on TV shows they call it a showrunner.
Yeah.
They don't write the scripts necessarily. They just kind of oversee everything. If they could have gotten Nolan to not direct the next movies,
Yeah.
but to just
Yeah.
take the Christian Bale Batman universe that he's created,
Yeah.
and then start and say, okay, so you help us design the universe for all the other
Yeah.
characters. I think it could have been amazing.
It could have
Can
been.
you imagine a Nolan style Superman
Yeah.
and a Nolan style Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Wonder Woman's too far off.
I don't think so either. Actually, and again, I'm going to talk about it next week on our Marvel versus DC. I think Wonder Woman so far is currently the best franchise right now. I mean,
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
I haven't seen the
Absolutely.
second one, but the first one's so good.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, forget about Superman and forget about, the Justice League. She was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, thanks for watching.
Yes, sir.
Nolan did an awesome job of making Batman and his enemies into real people. Now,
Yes.
that is okay. So this
Yeah.
gets into we can talk about this more next week with the
Okay.
Batman or the Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
I feel like Marvel feels like a grounded universe, like this happened in our
Yeah.
world, but we have superheroes.
In the present time, right now.
Yeah, which Keaton Batman never felt like our world, but he fit well into the universe.
Yeah, he took us into a different world. Yes.
The Nolan Batman felt like our world with a
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, and I liked it. I liked the
I did
series.
too. I did
mean,
too.
I know there's some people who may have not, but I liked it. It was a variation
Mm-hmm.
of Batman, and now I did not see the Joker, the one that Todd Phillips Joker that came out not too long ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't- Was it Todd Phillips?
You're talking about the Joker movie that just
Yeah,
came
the
out.
one that just came out.
Yeah, I have not watched it yet.
The reason I say that because we're talking about bringing you into a different world, different
Yeah.
universe, and that's
That is-
totally.
Yeah,
That's
that
weird.
one's yet to be
That's-
even explained as to how that
Yeah.
even is going to fit, or if it's just going to stand alone on its own.
I haven't watched it because I'm afraid to.
Oh, how
Just
so?
because I'm afraid to, because in my mind, what the Joker is supposed to be.
Okay.
Terrence says the Joker was excellent, so
Yeah,
I'll take Terrence's word for it. I'll watch
Yeah.
it then.
I mean, I want to watch it. Not to go into too much, but I don't get to go see a lot of movies anymore due to some medical issues with my wife. So, but that holds me back. So a lot of things I have to wait till they come out on, pay-per-view or whatever. But I think I'm interested in watching it. I want to see how that works. But I've made some short films. I've worked on a lot of on some films. I critique stuff all the time personally, like my personal stuff.
Yeah.
I nitpick it to death and make sure it's as good as I can get it. So when I go into a theater or I sit down to watch a movie,
Yeah.
I try to turn that part of me off and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which
I have to do that with Star Wars.
Yes,
I
just turn, because so everybody's like, "Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's so bad. It's so," I'm like, just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there are some things that are really horrible, like George Clooney as Batman.
No, let's not do that. Next thing you're going to talk about is I'm not going to
I'm not going to say. I'm not
don't
going to say
it.
that. I'm
Don't
not going to
say
say
it.
the word midichlorians at all.
Oh, see, there we go again.
You made me say it.
I did not make you say it. You always say I make you say it. Every time I hear that, Yoda turns in his grave. Really?
Do Force ghosts roll around in their grave?
I don't. They probably just fall through.
Hey,
I don't
look
know.
look what Terrence just said.
Solo. Thank you. Thank you, Terrence.
Oh my gosh.
Hit me deep here. Hit me low.
Well, I mean, back to the Batman list. I think Christian Bale and Michael Keaton, dude, they are such a tie for first place.
They are.
They both relaunched, they revitalized a classic character that everyone loved and wanted to see on screen.
And I feel like the filler that helped it was the animated series. I think the animated series definitely kept it together, and really good storytelling. And then think about it, because it was really during the time between Michael Keaton Batman and a stretch of it where Christian Bale came, so there was that gap in there. And I really do think that was really I'm grateful they had that in between.
Yeah.
Because
and I'll go just to to throw them back out there. I mean, the deal with Christian Bale and Michael Keaton is we had a great actor that did a great performance, had a great script with a great director.
Exactly. I know.
They were both
exactly.
They were both kind of the perfect storm.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If Michael Keaton had the script George Clooney had, would we have had a Christian Bale?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not sure we would have had. How many movies were there? 5?
I think so.
5 movies before the Nolans.
Yeah.
I don't know that we would have had 2.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, Tim Burton got a lot of the credit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tim Burton.
Absolutely.
When he left the second one, that's when you start seeing it slide down. And the only thing that picked it back up was Nolan's.
Yeah. Well, why don't we end? We've gone a really long show today.
I guess we did, man.
Why don't we just end with this real quick? What are your thoughts for Pattinson and his new suit? By the way, we're pretty sure that we read this is not Pattinson in the suit. I'm pretty sure this is a stunt double. But how are you feeling about this idea of it's an early Batman? This is before anything, It's like, why does this look like motorcycle armor? Because
I am tired.
He's just getting started.
I'm tired of reboots. Let's have again, it goes back to, darn it, Ben Affleck, be in the second movie, pass the mantle, so we can continue the story. I mean, let's stop abandoning, okay, yes, Superman was crap and you didn't like the Justice League. Well, fix it. Fix it. Let's
Yes.
stop. Let's stop going, okay, throw it in the fire. Let's do something totally new. Because how many times you got to talk about Batman parents dying? Okay. How many times do you have to
Yes.
talk about, I mean, we all know the story. People who don't even like Batman knows the story. People who never
Yeah.
read a comic book knows the origin of that.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think Patterson may do a really good job. And
Acting wise, I think he's got the chops to
yeah,
do.
I think he can do it. I think he's able to do it. I mean, it's kind of like a year one Batman.
Yes, that's the rumors I'm hearing.
Yes.
That it's going to be like
Yeah.
a year one comic book series
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. You know, my deal is let this stick. Okay, let's stop reinventing it. Let it stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, if we can if Pattison gets a good script and he does a good job, it would be great if we can keep him around and build a new universe around him. But
Yeah.
what are they going to do?
Yeah. And this is not and I'm not slamming Patterson. I want him to do well, but
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
getting reboot fatigue.
Yes.
You get me excited about the whole new universe with Ben Affleck and you do all this other stuff. Yeah, I know.
Spoilers
Spoiler
there.
alert. Yes. Yes. Bruce Wayne is an orphan. I'm sorry. I'll get you some comic books. Long Halloween was a great one. Yes. I saw in the comments earlier from Michael Paul Dini. If anybody should be doing the writing and do the creative thinking as Paul Dini. Awesome.
Yeah.
Writer, did the animated series, Batman animated series. Yeah. So
I am curious to see what Warner Brothers does in general. I feel
And don't-
like they're going to
yeah.
just abandon the idea of trying to make a cohesive universe and just start doing solo movies.
because Warner Brothers are not like Disney where they'll let the studios just do it.
Yeah.
Like Marvel, they can do what they want to do.
Yeah. Well,
They'll do
and-
some merchandising, but they're going to do what they want to do.
yeah.
So-
Well, and I'll talk about this next week, but
Okay.
there's definitely something to be said about having one person in charge of the overarching idea
Yeah.
and saying, no, you can't do it that way because it has to fit with these 5 things.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Some directors and some writers will be like, well, that stifles our creativity. Well, okay, maybe, but maybe also you can just learn to be creative in a new way.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to say Metacorians, and as far as everything else, we will not talk about the CW DC characters because it's abomination. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into it. Maybe next week, stop making Arrow Batman and Arrowverse and taking his villains. Anyway, I'm on a different rant. We'll probably do that next week.
Probably. So
Probably next week.
So we've already committed to it. So unless we have major malfunctions, I guess we're going to do a Marvel versus DC next week.
I guess I committed us to it, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Yes, you're true. That's right.
Oh, they're all about the money.
Yeah. I want
It's
the
all about
action
the money,
figure. I want
honey.
the comic book. I want the graphic novel. Give me the. Yeah.
They are all about the money, but sometimes you, if you put the money in the right place, it'll be better.
Yeah.
But I think we had a good show today.
Oh, that was good, man. We had everybody. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Yep. Love having you guys watch. You guys are the best audience in
Yeah.
the world.
Let's see here.
Marvel DC crossover there.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, Yeah, if you
Good.
get a chance, invite your friends to and follow our Facebook page.
Yep.
Really, if you can, invite folks over to subscribe at our YouTube channel. We're trying to get up
Absolutely.
to at least to 100 subscribers so we can lock in some stuff with YouTube.
Yep.
And in any way, so please tell everybody about it.
YouTube Vance will be back next Saturday. Not next Saturday. Blah, blah, blah. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I don't know where all you guys are watching from.
And 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
And the rest, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I would love to have everybody back because you are the ones who make the show.
Absolutely. You
Me
guys.
and Ricky, we just hang out.
Yep. We hang out and you guys make us have fun.
Thank
All right.
you. Yeah. Well, I think
we
good
ready?
show. I think we're ready.
It's a good show. All right, let's do
Let's
it.
do this. Yeah.
This has been the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Shilley.
And my compadre, Mr. Ricky Poe. Pretty good. Man, I gotta take a nap. That was pretty long, wasn't it?
That was a good show. It was a little
I think
long.
I could have
though.
done another hour though
Probably.
if I took some pills.